This episode is brought to you by CoolStuffInc.com, the #1 seller of games and gaming accessories. And GatheringMagic.com, the #1 resource for Magic the Gathering news and articles.
Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to another Cube Draft. And taking a look at this pack. So the standouts to me are the Tamiyo, the Control Magic, and the Mishra's Workshop. I'm honestly not sure how good Workshop is in this cube. I really not sure if there's enough support for it. Yeah, that's kind of a tough one. It just because like Mishra's Workshop in the Workshop decks is really insane, but like in a deck that doesn't have very many artifacts, it's awful. So I don't know if I want to go all in on the artifact deck at this point. How good is Tamiyo and Cube? It's okay. I think Control Magic is probably better. Phyrexian Arena is also really good. Yeah, I'm loath to pass on Control Magic. I really think I should be taking that one, but Tamiyo is still a fine pick, as is Phyrexian Arena. If you wanted to like just force the mono green ramp deck, you could go with Genesis Wave here, but I like Control Magic here. Alrighty, Mox Diamond is fairly powerful, as is Land Tax, but Land Tax is not a card I like that much. Path to Exile is a nice solid removal card. I think it's going to be the Mox Diamond, though. It goes in pretty much any deck, and it can lead to some pretty broken starts at the very low cost of discarding a land. So I think... Just want to make sure... Yeah, it's going to be the Mox Diamond here. It just seems like the best call. A Johnny Vengeant. That's actually a really good card in Cube. The rest of these cards are not that exciting. Sneak Attack is cute. I mean, it's definitely really good in certain decks, and I already passed the Blightsteel Colossus, so the person to my left is probably going to be pretty happy to receive it, but I don't think I'm that interested in it. I really like a Johnny Vengeant a lot, and the rest of these cards don't seem that appealing to me. Like, Watery Grave is fine, but I'm not sure if I'm going to be black or not. I'm pretty sure I'm going to end up being blue because, well, I'm always blue. But yeah, let's go with the Ajani here. It seems like the best option. Underground Sea. Alright, maybe we'll be blue after all. I mean, black after all. We'll see. I mean, just Underground Sea, I mean, all of the original dual lands are they're just really great fixing, so... Probably not interested in Multitail Masticore or Plague Sliver. The rest of these cards are not that exciting. I might take the Abyss. Yeah, I don't know about the Abyss. I think I'm just going to take the Underground Sea. It's just a really solid, like... I like having stable mana, so... Alright. This pack gives us some sweeper options. It gives us Day of Judgment and Pernicious Deed. It also gives us Plateau, which works pretty well with the Johnny Vengeant. If I'm going to be going 4 colors, it'll be nice to have. Yeah, like sweeper effects there's a lot of them in Cube, so like I'm not really that concerned with picking up a bunch of them. As long as I have like 1 or 2, it should be fine. I think Plateau is gonna be the pick here. Ooh, Nicol Bolas. I think that's a little ambitious. I mean, I am in all 3 of those colors, and I'm also in white, so I'm not sure if I want it. Inquisition is pretty good. Liliana Vess is okay. Graveborn Muse is also pretty good. Yeah, I mean, I really like this card. Like, it's probably not it's probably not the correct pick here, but it's just a card that I love. Anytime there's a Nicol Bolas in the deck list, it's a deck I really want to play. So I'll take it. I might not play it though. We'll see. All right. I think we'll be taking Godless Shrine here, just because we want to max out on our dual lands if we're going with some sort of 5-color control type of thing. Chroma's Vengeance is fine. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Godless Shrine. Okay, Bayou seems pretty good to me. Stunning Growth, I hate that card. Sphinx of Joral is a pretty decent win condition. Golgari Signet, it's probably fine, but I think I want Bayou. Actually, green's the one color I'm not in, so maybe I don't want Bayou. If I don't want Bayou, then I don't want Golgari Signet either. Maybe we just take the Sphinx here, just because it's a pretty good win condition. It dodges most removal spells. Oh wow, the Mishra's Workshop came back. I guess nobody else wants to take the plunge on that. Well, we've pretty much determined that green is the one color we're not in, so I'm not going to be taking Mystic Snake, Birthing Pod, or Genesis Wave. Also, we're definitely not in a Workshop deck, so I'm just going to go with Ink Eyes here, but I might not play it, just because Ink Eyes is not really that great in this deck. A little surprised to see Lantex come back around, like ninth pick, or no, this is 10th pick. I mean, I know I said I don't like the card that much, but it's still pretty good. Like, it shouldn't be going 10th pick. So let's just snap that up here. All right. Pretty happy to take an Orzhov Basilica. Apocryphite is also pretty decent win condition. I definitely used it before in one of my other decks to great effect, but I really want to make sure that I have a nice stable mana base that can cast all my crazy colored spells. Like, whenever you're drafting like a 4 or 5 color deck in Cube, you really need to value that mana fixing very highly. Like, I pretty much pass it over. I pretty much take mana fixing over anything but the most bomby of cards. All right, I don't really want any of these. I guess I'll take the Abyss, but might not play it. Gul'Draz's Assassin is the card we're most likely to play out of all of these. It's probably going to be a sideboard card, though. I guess I can take a Catastrophe. It's kind of an expensive Wrath, but it's a Wrath. I'll want to pick up a 4-mana Wrath at some point, so I don't have to play the Catastrophe, but if I don't pick up a 4-mana Wrath, it's no Catastrophe, because I have one. Alright, Shelldock Isle, that looks like what we're taking, since it's a card I like quite a lot. And we already have a Orzhov Basilica to rebuy it, so it seems pretty good to me. I mean, there's certainly good cards in this pack. I wouldn't mind taking a Windswept Heath, since it can get Gald's Shrine. I can also get Plateau, but Shelldock Isle is easily the best card in this pack, so let's go with that one. Gideon Jura and Moat and Bonfire. Bonfire is probably not what we're interested in, but Moat is pretty hard for most decks to beat. Like, any aggro-ish deck just can never beat a Moat, unless it's like a blue-based aggro deck. But there's not a whole ton of those. Skullclamp is also like a really good card. It's definitely a card I would first pick, but not in this deck, because obviously we're not going to have a whole lot of 1 toughness creatures. Worm Power Stone is also pretty good. I really would like to take that Gideon Jura, but I think Moat is just a little bit better, so let's go with that one. Alrighty. Probably don't want Savannah since we're not playing green. I don't think I want Chromox. Don't think I want Yogwill. I mean, Harmonize is pretty good, but again, I don't think we're in green. I might want to take this Acroma just to give myself a win condition. Just because the rest of these cards aren't really what I'm looking for. I might just take the Yogwill just cause. Because I'm pretty sure this Acroma will come back. Also, playing Acroma in a deck with Nicol Balls is probably a little ambitious. I honestly, like, I don't think Nicol Balls is gonna make the deck. It's just it's kind of yeah, it's kind of asking too much. I'll take the Yogwill, but I don't know if I'll play it. All right, definitely have some options here. Definitely have options. So Shriekmaw is pretty good. Etched Oracle, I'm not completely sold on, even in a deck that can play it for the full Sunburst. Brainstorm is not that great unless you have a lot of shuffle effects. I'm leaning more towards the Azorius Chancery here. As much as I really like Careful Consideration, like I can't like Azorius Chanceries like aren't really replaceable. And there's no way it comes back, so yeah, I'll take it. Emrakul, probably not what we're interested in. Angel of Despair is probably going to be pretty good in this deck. I don't think most decks will want it, so it might come back. I think I want this Blade Splicer just to give myself some early plays. The rest of this pack is not really that. It's not going to be very good for us, so yeah, let's take the Blade Splicer. Ooh, Vindicate. That's what I like to see. Yeah, it's probably better than Aeon Chronicler. Whoever is playing the Mishra's Workshop is going to be happy with Lodestone Golem. But I could also take Shivan Reef, but I don't really want Painlands. Like I mean, I have a lot of mana fixing already, and I don't really want to take damage from my lands. All right, might take Disenchant. Headhunter's not really that exciting. Torian Mauler is meh. Burning of Zinye. Don't think I want that. I don't have nearly enough artifact mana to make that card good. So, and Disenchant is a pretty good answer. So, I might not mean deck it. We'll just leave it there for now. Lake of the Dead, not really what I'm interested in. Momentary Blank, this is not the deck for it. Stays, this is not the deck for it. There's no way we can play Garruk. We're not playing Thornscape, so I think it's going to be Hypnotic Spectre. It may or may not make the deck. We'll see. Okay, well here's our pack back. I don't think I can afford to play Gatekeeper. That just is too much black mana. Chain Lightning's okay. Still Moonlight Cavalier's okay. I think Slaughter Pack is going to be the pick here. So I'll make sure I don't die to the aggressive decks. Oh, Worn Power Stone or Vampire Nighthawk? See, Worn Power Stone is actually pretty good. I mean, they're both really good. Just trying to decide which one will be better for our deck. I think Worn Power Stone is going to be a little bit better. Because I may actually want to play this Abyss. So if we're playing Abyss, then we're really just not going to play any... Like, we'll play Sphinx of Jor-El as our only creature because we can't... Because it can't target it. So I'll take Avalanche Sliders just because I don't want to lose to it. It's just an annoying card. Memory Jar's pretty good. I'm not sure how good it'll be in our deck. Probably better than Etched Oracle. I'll go with the Memory Jar. And Silent Spectre is a thing. And I guess I can hate a Seething Song away from someone. And Headhunter is probably pretty good against me. I may want to side it in against someone as well. It seems like it'd be good for the mirror. Alright, Grave Titan and Damnation. Man, that is just not a choice I want to make. Oh, man. I mean, both those cards are just insanely good for this deck. But I think Grave Titan has to be the pick. It's just its ability to just completely turn a game around is amazing. Whereas Damnation is kind of replaceable. I mean, the Wrath of God is already going around, but it should still be a Day of Judgment being opened at some point. And I already have like a Catastrophe. I have Moat, so I shouldn't really need mass removal that much. I mean, obviously, if Grave Titan wasn't in this pack, I would love to slam down the Damnation, but I feel like the Damnation is more replaceable than the Grave Titan. It even works pretty well with the Abyss because it spits out dudes often enough that you never really have to. You're never down a card from the Abyss. Well, that is the one Mox I didn't want. I think the pick is between Bloodstained Mire and Karn Liberated. I think Card Liberated is powerful enough that it's worth taking over a fetch land. As much as I really want to have a fetch land in this deck, um, like I mean, Karni works well. Like just having a bunch of planeswalkers just works really well with the Abyss. So I think that's the best call. Mizzy Mortars is also fine, but I'm not probably not going to be able to overload it in this deck. Like red is very much a splash. Like I'm splashing red for a Johnny Vengeant and Nicol Bolas, and that's it. Otherwise, it's just like an Esper deck. So yeah, I think it has to be the Karn here. Um, Fire Ice is also fine, but Karn just is just amazing. Alrighty, Gristlebrand is probably a little too expensive, a little too ambitious. Don't think I want Earthquake or Char. Preordain is also pretty good, since I don't really have a ton of early plays. What else do we got here? Don't think I'll have enough artifacts for Tolarian Academy, unfortunately. So, yeah, I think Preordain is the pick. That seems pretty good to me. Okie dokie. Definitely can't play Dark Confidant in a deck with Karn Liberated, Nicol Bolas, and Sphinx Adora. Although I have played Dark Confidant and Sphinx Adora in the same deck in Constructed. Oh man, this is a good pack. Like Treachery, Factor Fiction, Terminus, Strip Mine, and Is It Signet? I think I have to take Treachery just because Treachery is absolutely insane. I've actually like banned it from. I generally ban it from my cubes for being too powerful. Um, like the only cards I've ever banned for power reasons in like my normal cubes, like my non-theme cubes, have been Treachery and Sol Ring, um, and the Power 9 as well. But oh man, yeah, it's got to be Treachery here. As much as like I want to take the rest of those cards, like uh, more options. Exalted Angel, I'm a big fan of. Don't need Breeding Pool. Unfortunately, we're probably not going to have all that many islands in this deck, so Vidalic Shackles isn't going to be that good. I think the pick has to be Arid Mesa. If the Arid Mesa wasn't there, I'd be torn between the Exalted Angel and the Vendilion Clique. But like just having a fetch like this land fetches Plateau and Gala Shrine, um, and also can get obviously can get Basic Mountain. Although I don't think I'll need to play Basic Mountain in this deck. Um, yeah, let's go with the Arid Mesa. Okay, probably gonna take another fetch land here. Had I known it was gonna be past a Misty Rainforest, I might have taken a different card in the last pack. But Misty Rainforest actually only, as far as my dual lands go, only gets me Underground Sea. So maybe it's not like a snap pick, but I mean the rest of these cards are. Shadow Mage is also pretty good. Like maybe like a Misty Forest that can only get like a fetch line that can only get me 2 colors is not as good as a Shadow Mage because this fetch line can get me 3 colors, so that makes it a little bit better. I think I'm gonna take the Finkel here. Ooh, Tundra, that is a nice one. Probably better than Frost Titan. Unfortunately, Frost Titan and the Abyss don't interact very well. It is a target of an ability opponent controls, so that's not it's not a combo. Um, Tundra also makes my Arid Mesa better because now Arid Mesa can fetch a white mana or a blue mana. Had I taken the Misty Raid Force, then Misty would have been able to get blue or white, but obviously too late to do anything about that. Could also take Boros Signet, but yeah, I think Tundra's better. Okay, bunch of green cards. And Knight of Glory, I guess. Definitely don't want Sarcomancy. Definitely don't want Shrine of Burning Rage, so yeah, I guess I'll take Knight of Glory. Ooh, Damnation came back. Hello. Don't mind if I do. Ooh, Bloodstained Mire came back as well. That's pretty good since it gets I think it gets all 4 of my colors. It gets black, red, it gets blue, and it gets white. So seems pretty good to me. All right. don't think I really want any of these cards. Maybe Whipcorder, but Whipcorder isn't really that good in this deck. I guess I'll take an Earthquake, but I don't think I'll play it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm not going to play the Earthquake. Jeez, that's a late Armada Worm and a late Avenger of Zendikar. Pretty sure I'm going to take this is a Signet, though. I actually really need it. And Vendilion Cleat came back. All right. All right. Not interested in Simic Signet, so I guess I'll take a Smash the Smithereens. Just so I don't randomly lose to it. And we'll take a last pick Revelark. Why not? All right. I'm liking the way this deck looks. It's going to be a pretty spicy 4-color brew. And I guess we'll have to figure out what I'm cutting here, and I'll be back in just a sec. Alright, welcome back. So this is what we're going to be submitting. One thing I love about this deck is the mana base. Like, I have tons of sources for every color I want. And like I only have to play, like, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 8 basics in my deck, so that worked out pretty well. Came up a little short on the non-land playables. So there's, like, I'm playing a main deck Disenchant, which is actually fine, and yeah, there was a couple cards that, like, I was not that excited about playing. Yawgmoth's, well, I just don't think it will be very good in this deck. I don't really have that much acceleration, so, like, a lot of the times it's just going to be, like, replay a fetch land and play a spell. And that's really not that exciting. So I'm going to have to be a little bit careful with when I just choose to play my Moats and my Abyss. Just because Moat shuts down my creatures as well. Most of my creatures fly, so it won't be that much of a problem. And I obviously don't want to play Abyss when I have a bunch of stuff out. So, but I am able to remove them myself with Disenchant or with Karn or with Nicol Bolas. So getting locked down under my own enchantments shouldn't be that big of a problem. And hopefully we can just kill them with our own creatures. And we even have Damnation. Damnation made it so I could cut Catastrophe, since Catastrophe isn't very good. But other than that, I'm kind of lacking in the early plays, so I might have a hard time against like a mono red deck, and I'm definitely gonna have a hard time against a combo deck just because I don't have any counter spells. I have some discard, like I have Headhunter, I have the Hypnotic Spectre and the Silent Spectre, but I don't think that'll be enough. So hopefully we just play against, like, mid-range and control decks, and I like my chances against those decks. So we'll go ahead and submit, and we'll see you guys in round 1. Peace.